I
Hey,
lived it up.
hey. All
Hi,
right, guys.
family.
All right. So,
I have like five different things that I'm looking at.
yeah, it's all right.
It's like every which angle. You could join us over
What's
there,
up,
over
guys? How's
here,
it
and over
going?
there.
Yeah, we got three cameras going on here.
Hey,
So,
family. There's like a billion.
yeah, it's cool. So let's get started. They didn't come here to see you just point and talk to cameras.
Yes, they did.
No, they did it.
No, they didn't. Okay.
Can you?
Okay, yeah. Okay, so you remember like a few weeks ago, give or take a few weeks, I asked you guys if you had any questions about our journey and all that. Well, lo and behold, I remembered. It's a surprise. I know. So we're just gonna go through some of the questions that we did get, and I'll answer, and then Brad would answer if he has an answer. He's a man of short words.
Short words.
Short,
All right.
short words. Yeah, I think that's what it's called, right? And but forgive our fur babies first off because they are just not having it. They are not having that. They are just secluded over there. It's okay. Anyway, so one of the first questions that we got was, "What keeps your hope alive?" Oh, and by the way, if you don't know what these questions are about, it's about our journey that we've been on for the last few years. For sure, like the last year or so. So that's what we're going to be talking about, and the journey that I'm talking about. I sound very like, what do you call that?
Just get it out.
Sorry, it's about growing our family. Me and Brett have been trying to have kids for quite some time now, so that's basically what the questions were about. Sorry. So yeah, you want to answer that? What keeps your hope alive?
What keeps our hope alive? Man, I don't even know where to start with that because you don't want to sound like super churchy and biblical because there's a human side to it as well. So there's thoughts of doubt, thoughts of anxiety, thoughts. There's just many thoughts of whether or not are we old? Are we? Well, we're not. We're old. Really, we're not. And God says in His Word. Here comes the biblical part. That
Leave it to Brad.
that we were made to multiply and we were made to create, and we're like God. We're creators, and whether it be with family or anything else. And I think just standing on the Word and what He says, His promises, for me, that really helps me stay hopeful. Um, for Sienna, I know it's different things. I know she does her Bible journaling and she does, her daily devotions.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Like I don't for me, it's like I'd rather stay positive and know that God is gonna work it out whatever way. For sure, our hearts have changed a lot. Where I was I felt just very strongly about that. It had to happen my way. So we had the way for us to grow our family was happening it my way, which is means like me having a baby, obviously getting pregnant and all that. But just my heart has changed. It's like I just want a family. I want us to grow our family by whatever means, whatever means necessary. So yeah, I don't feel like I sitting here and be like, oh, what's wrong with me? And don't get me wrong, like in the beginning, that's all it was. Like I told Brad, I'm like, I was a crazy baby lady. Like that's me. I was a crazy baby lady. I feel bad for him in that time, but I didn't feel good. I was super negative. I told you, forget about our fur babies. Sorry, forgive them. I was negative. I was not seeing the brighter side or the bigger picture. And this last year I've decided, you know what, like let me approach the situation in a different way, and especially like us actually going the route of medication, having to go through all the tests, all the fun tests, going through that route and still not figuring out what exactly the problem is, and just getting some negative, things at the same time. But I just don't feel like it. I don't feel like being negative or being Debbie Downer and saying, oh, well, it's never going to happen for me. I don't believe that. And I have to not believe that because I know that this is a desire that I have on my heart, and I know that my faith is what keeps me going. So yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Why are you doing
I don't know why I do that stuff. Just leave me alone.
Who is she, people? Who is she?
The next question is, how do you navigate working so hard to start a family while working in kids ministry?
That's your question.
No,
I don't work kids
Yes,
ministry.
Yes, you do. Okay,
I don't.
so if you don't know,
I volunteer.
you volunteer. He was voluntold.
Yeah.
If you don't know, I'm actually in full-time ministry. I have the amazing opportunity to work for my church, leading our kids ministry, so preschool and elementary, up in Lake Worth. I say up in Lake Worth, wherever you are. It's in Lake Worth. Their name is Church by the Glades. Make sure you go check them out. Just saying. Anyway, and you know what? It was something that, oh man, this was years ago. Before I even found out that this having a baby journey was going to be so long, um, I remember just a lady who came to me and said that she couldn't volunteer anymore because she was having trouble, trying to have kids. And for some reason, like when I got this question, I'm like, that was the first thing that popped in my head. And I'm actually, I could honestly say that it's never been a thing for me. Like I call them my kids. I say that they're all my kids. And I love it. It's never been like what's the word? Envious? Like I've never been envious of the families or, that come there. I've just been super, super blessed to be able to watch them grow up and be able to love on them for an hour or so, get them hyper and send them back to their parents. That's the role that I have been happy to play. Has it always been where I enjoyed it? Probably not, but I haven't been like super down about it or holding a baby and saying, "Oh, I wish this was my baby." That's never come to my mind. It's just been one day I feel that this is gonna be us. Today it was funny. Okay, so we had an Easter egg hunt at our church after service, and we were all laughing at Brad because Brad is like the crazy baby man, like or kid guy. Like if you're looking for Brad, just go look for kids. That sounds so creepy, doesn't it? I'm sorry.
Please, they don't think it's creepy unless you mention it. Okay?
I'm sorry. So I go and turn around, and there goes Brad interacting with, a family, and it was the funniest and cutest thing. I was telling our friends, and like he's living out his dream right now. He's hanging out with toddlers, and one day that would be us. So yeah, it's been a blessing more so than a burden, I guess it would say.
Yeah.
How about for you? Because Brad he volunteers with us.
I sure do.
Every weekend.
Well, I mean, having the kids every weekend has just been, this thing where you kind of get that quote unquote feel of having, a family that's not your family, but it's your weekend family, your weekly family, the family that you get to take care of when they come, to the weekend. So just having that is awesome. You get to know all those kids, you get to know their names and the different things that they're going through. They tell you, surprisingly, and they'll talk to you, and even if they don't, you'll see them walk in one way and leave another way, and that something impacted them. That something happened that they were like, man, like I had a good time. And sometimes you ask them, you're like, did you have a good time? You come back, they're like, yeah, we're coming back. And some are like maybe, but there was a difference made. So I think that's just like lack of a better term, fulfilling, feeling, just knowing that you get to be a part of that family as well.
Yes, and we have guaranteed babysitters. Hey, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I say I get them all ready. I'm like, when the children do come, just ready. We're all gonna go on a rotation, and it's gonna be good. Yeah. So next question. How long did you try before starting medicine?
I don't even. I mean, we didn't really keep track. I would say. I think
for a little bit, I had that crazy baby lady phase. I did. But I would say at least for the last
like a solid
year. For a solid year, we've been like going, like actually going to the doctor and trying to do appointments and tests and all that to figure out exactly what the deal is. Because at that point we're like, okay, there's people popping out left and right, popping out with kids, and like
Yeah.
it's just it hasn't happened for us. So this year 2019 is going to be what, 5 years?
That we're married, yeah.
Yeah, 5 years that we're married. For 1 year, we were like, let's just not try or anything for 1 year. So I guess 3 years or 2.5 years, we tried without the medicine, and then
And then yeah, we decided
Then
that
the
we
solid
should,
year.
seek some kind of, just some answer, something
Yeah.
to say, all right, we believe, in what God says, but we also know that He's blessed people with knowledge and wisdom to kind of help guide certain things. So we were like, okay,
So we needed to take him up on that.
let's see,
Yeah.
what's going on and what we can do, and even if it's something that seems negative or anything like that, we know what to come against. We know, okay, we're not going to accept that. We're not going to let that hold us back. We're going to believe and pray against that, and let God work His promises. What?
It's just funny. I don't know if people ever hear you talk like that.
Oh.
So it's a fun little sneak peek. Look, Carson wants to know why you married Brad. I don't know. No, I'm
Me
kidding.
neither.
No, stop. I do know. Especially with us going through this journey, I think God prepared the perfect, in that sense, the perfect husband for me. I can't think of any other guy that would be able to be as encouraging, to be as uplifting, to support support me as much as he has when I'm being crazy or acting out of control, especially with the medication I've been on with all the fun side effects. Um, I know for sure that he is the only one that can handle it all. So yeah, that's why, Carson. Um, Even though I know it wasn't Carson, Jessica. It was so Jessica. Um, let's see. What kind of encouragement really works for this journey? I think we've been saying it the whole time.
Yeah, I think we kind of went over that. And
Yeah, our faith has been super helpful. Me, honestly, like I watch some other families on YouTube. I just read a lot. I'm a part of like this little community. And
like books?
What?
Like books or
No, it's
like a group?
it's on an app.
Okay.
It's on an app, and it deals with fertility. It deals with fertility and all that. So just reading their stories, what they've been through, and just listening to other people who have gone through somewhat what I'm going through. I mean, it's that for me is super encouraging, and honestly, having the support that we have, in our family, have in our I'm telling you, our fur babies are just not having it today. Having the support from our family, from our friends, that are super hopeful. Even if it's just like we're praying for you, or how's everything going, and that is really encouraging. To me, it's just like it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. If I keep hearing that, especially on the days where, because I'm human, I am gonna have days where I'm gonna be more down than others, just hearing, it's gonna happen, don't worry, that helps lift up my spirits, just as a reminder. Yeah, good. Okay. um what's the most annoying question you've been asked through this journey? You want me to go first?
So when are you having babies?
What's taking so long? What's taking so long is, and I know it's not, I know it's not people's heart to, like, I don't know how to say it. I know it's not their heart, like any bad intention on their part, but it's just hearing that, and it's like, you know what? And sometimes I play it off where, I'm passive aggressive. I play it off and I'm like, oh, ha ha ha, it's taking a long time, obviously. But if you catch me at the wrong moment, that question can have a lot more of a negative impact than it would if it was, a different question or
Yeah.
how's everything going. I don't like that question. I won't say I hate that question, but
Yeah.
I don't
I
like
just,
it.
yeah, I mean, being through it now, I just don't think it's a question. I mean, even if you know people, I just don't think it's a question to ask people. Really, it's just one of those questions where you just like she said, you don't know how it's going to impact the person because you don't know what's going on. So there's always those certain questions that you probably should not ask people, just because they can have a lot of weight to them in the background that you're not aware of. So
And I think with us going through this journey, I mean, because like I tell you, I love kids. Like I love kids. I always used to ask, moms, okay, well, when's the next one coming? And it's like I know I noticed that I have downscaled that a lot, because even something like that, you just don't know how that question is going to have an impact, and it's never going to be the person's heart to be mean about it or anything, but you just don't know where they're at in their journey. So just saying more positive things, rearranging the question, or just not talking about it at all, unless they're open. They're open about it. So yeah.
cool.
All right. Our last question is favorite Bible verse you read that. Oh my gosh, I can't read my own handwriting. Favorite Bible verse you read that's helping you through this journey. Excuse me. So mine, okay.
You have to go because I don't have my phone.
Yeah. Oh yeah, his phone is being used right now. So my favorite Bible verse that has helped me, and the reason why I say that this one honestly has helped me is because this one was like a page turner. If you haven't seen the video where, we just, well, not just finished, but we just
did our first round.
Yeah, we had just did our first round, and in the video, I said, like, when you go on medication like that, you're hoping that it's magic. Like I truly hope that it was a one and done. We were gonna be like it's gonna help do what it needs to do, and as you know, it didn't work out that way, and it's one of our fur babies. Sorry, it didn't work out that way. So, and it just so happened that the day that I got the phone call that my test came back negative, and it was negative. The medicine I'm on, it's Clomid, and that's supposed to force an ovulation, which basically that I discovered I'd never had before. So it was supposed to force an ovulation, and it didn't. And I got the negative test results, and I had just read a Bible verse that was totally like, let me just read it for you. It's James 1:2, and it says, count it all joy when you meet trials of various kinds. So James 1:2 has been super helpful because from that day, I had to sit here and remind myself, like, I have to count it all joy. Is everything going the way that I want it to? Absolutely not. Am I happy going through this? Absolutely not. Like, I would never wish this for anybody. However, there's still joy to be found in every single journey. But it's gonna take effort. You have to be intentional with it. So that's like the main verse that has really, really helped me. Just reminding myself that there's joy in every situation. There's joy in every single day. It's just gonna take you a little bit longer to watch it, or to live it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for me, I'm like, I love my worship, so it's a lot of songs for me. I love Hillsong came out with a song, Another in the Fire, and that was a song for the specific season for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And it just talks about that even though we're in the trial, even though we're in the fire, God is there with you, and know that He's always there walking beside you and guiding you. And that was it's such a powerful song to listen to because just all the lyrics just apply in so many different ways that it just helps you get through those things, to know and declare them, and just to see those things are straight out of the Bible. It's not like songs that are written just
Just to
let's
be
sing,
written.
like no, it's life, and the writers are going through, you know, their own trials, and I think that's what makes it so relevant, is that we're all going through the same thing at different seasons.
Mhm.
So we
Baba.
we go through them and we learn from them, and then we're able to help support each other and help
Mhm.
get each other through different things. So
Yeah.
that's why I love to listen to those songs in those times.
Yeah. So that's all the questions we have for today. Thank you guys for joining us. I'm like looking at three different, like I don't know where to go. Thank you guys so much for joining us. I hope that helped and gave you a little sneak peek into where we are right now. Uh, just an update. We are waiting for our results from my second. Cupid's hairs everywhere. From our second, or my second, I should say our my second blood test that I just took on Friday. So I should be getting those tomorrow, Monday. So we'll see where this journey takes us. You guys, your prayers and comments and encouragement is super helpful, super encouraging, and we love it. So we are happy to have you guys along this journey with us. And yeah, I know some of you guys got to get ready for Game of Thrones. We made sure that we cut this nice and short because we are those people too. Just saying.
And side note, if you guys
Sorry.
have seen our Instagram stories, we've gotten her car sorted out. We're gonna be working on my car. So that's where we're at right now. One car's fixed, we're good, and then the other car, we're just hoping everything, just goes smoothly. So that's where we are with that, just in case you have been following along with that too.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to say?
No.
All right, cool. So
love you guys.
yeah, come and hang out with us next time, and we love having you, and we'll see you next time.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye. I have to say bye to everyone.
Yeah.
Bye.
See you guys.
Love you, Kay.
Maybe I should do it on this side. I'm still live over there. And stream.